What's up guys, and welcome back to On the Brick with another custom build. This time I have one for you that I personally designed. And this one is simply called my episode 2 vignette. So far I have made one vignette for each of the original 6 movies, depicting what I think are various notable scenes or locations from those films. This particular one from episode 2 is Palpatine overlooking the clone army at the end of the movie. My idea going into this was to have a way to display a single minifigure, but without it being too boring. Like sure, I have those Black Series box that I start off most of my minifig showcases with, but I wanted something more personalized for each figure. And while I currently have Palpatine here, you can also put other figures like Bail Organa, Masamada, or really just a few other guys in here if you wanted to. Now, if this set or any of the 6 are something that you might want to get, I do sell instructions for them on my website. They are only $1 and you get the instructions for all 6. That is not $1 each, that is $1 total, and that includes the instructions and part list for all 6 of these. The link to that is in the description down below. And the last thing I want to say before I really get into this is that I would love to hear your feedback and thoughts. If you have any opinions or ideas on how to improve or change these that you would like to hear, or other scenes you would like to see, let me know in the comments down below. When designing these vignettes, I designed all of them around a base that's technically 6x6, but I guess it's really 6x5. We're gonna just say 6x6 for the ease of it because that's what it's supposed to be and that's how it works. Anyway, all of them are built around this space and it works a little too well. When putting these outer edges on, they might be a little tight, but you know that they're not gonna fall apart. Being limited to a size this small does mean that you have to get a little creative with some of the choices you want to make. Because I really wanted to capture the look of this balcony without overdoing it or overcomplicating it. I think the end result that I came up with here does work really well. And of course the inside of it is rather simple. I did put some red tiles there to hold things together a little bit, make it look a little nicer. You don't really need them. And then the open space is where the minifigure will go. And putting a minifigure in is really simple. It just kind of works. You don't really need to like shimmy it in or anything. You just put it in there, that's it. I just wanted to keep it simple and easy. But of course it wouldn't be Palpatine overlooking the clone army without a clone army. Now this was one area that I did spend a little bit of time making sure that I got right, as there were several different ways that I could have represented the clones. My first idea was to have these be brick built with using different studs and tiles, but ultimately it didn't really look that good. Yes, you could see what it was, but it really just looked bad, honestly. So ultimately I did go with the slightly more expensive version of this and use these micro statuette figures. I don't really know what they're called. Like if the normal figure is already a minifigure, then what is this? Like a super minifigure, a micro figure? Someone please remind me in the comments down below. Because I think on Bricklink they're called trophies, but that's whatever. Ultimately I think this was the better idea. Not only do you get that humanoid look, it's very clear what these are, and with them being clones, it really does just work. With this, you don't have to stretch the imagination too far. Now, one thing I did want to point out at the end here is that I put my money where my mouth is and I bought my own MOC using non-Lego bricks provided through WeBrick. And I honestly have no problem if you want to do the same thing yourself. Using real Lego, this thing only costs about $15, but on WeBrick, it was only about $5, which, you know, not too bad either way. They don't have all the pieces for all the vignettes, but honestly, like I said, if you want to get yours using non-Lego, that's totally fine. I do plan to get the rest of these. I'll probably do like a full review for all of them at some point, and who knows, if you guys like them, maybe I'll even make more. Remember to let me know your thoughts, opinions, and feedback in the comments down below, and if you want to see those future ones, maybe consider subscribing. Or you can check me out on Instagram, Discord, and of course on Patreon, where you can join all these wonderful people and get shoutouts like Jonathan. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.